By the time this episode comes out, it'll be past her birthday. But happy birthday, Amber.
Happy birthday to you.
Come on. Hit that shit.
Happy birthday to you.
Come on.
Happy birthday to Amber.
Hallelujah. Thank you, God.
Happy birthday to you.
Did y'all hear that ooh? You think I should put on that ooh? Y'all don't be ready. Y'all don't be fucking with
different.
My God.
I did
Thank you,
have
Jeebus.
singing lessons from a is it Grammy for music?
Period.
A Grammy nominated educator.
Come on.
So
I'm fucking with it.
and I wish he still worked at my school.
Damn, that nigga don't work there no more.
No, he moved to a different state. It's okay.
Oh,
All right.
Mr. Sir, will you see this? Fuck you. Because why would you leave us?
Be like, oh my God, language.
Oh, damn, he's a nice guy. My bad. Y'all know I be a little aggressive. I was just cussing B. Simone ass out the other day on the episode, drunk as fuck.
She deserved it.
Yeah, I'm sober as shit this episode, though. I've been sober all day. I actually am kind of going on a little bit of a weed fast.
Same.
A nice little tea break. Because the past, from
Swole
Tennessee
shit.
until December,
Yeah.
so for about 4 months, there was just a lot of indulging. But I also feel like at the end of the year, there was a lot going on, man. There was so much happening, so many like things we were trying to get over and work through. It was a lot. It was a fuck nugget of a lot. So like, yeah, I'm gonna smoke a little weed. I got one edible left in the crib, and I'm like, do I eat it or?
I was gonna buy some yesterday, and I was like,
Yeah, like I just kind of need to,
because when we did get them, I was taking one every day.
I feel like a crackhead when I say this, but it's like I want this tolerance break to appreciate my high again. Because I know the high is gonna hit.
That's
better.
how I was yesterday. I'm telling you, it only took like 5 days.
The
but
high
still.
will hit for real. I am at not a new point in my life, but with my new job.
Low.
Literally. We're having a new job, like waiting for your first paycheck and things like that. I just,
because they're not giving us no money.
like in general, I'm trying to be more financially intelligent this year too, and not spend my bread all the fucking time. Even
It's
though
so
weed is a necessity, like it's an expense for me.
Yeah. Like it's in your budget.
Yeah, like I budget money for weed.
As you should. I feel like any partaker.
Especially, that's my thing, right? I am a certified pothead. Like,
me too.
Like literally, like we are certified potheads. I don't feel like with the certification, if I couldn't afford my habit and I have a certification in weed, that just sounds
Take
insane.
my cert away.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah,
that
it
sounds
does.
so crazy.
It
I
really
know
does though.
people that, use cannabis for pain management and all that other type of shit. Like, yeah. No, I need to account for this shit. But welcome to another episode of Jaded and Evolving. I am one of your hosts, Big Mama.
And I am your other hostess, Natty.
We in this bitch.
How y'all doing? How are you doing this week? I feel like every time we talked about business, but we didn't really talk about life shit.
This week was a really good fucking week for me. A lot of again, having to stand on boundaries, but it wasn't nothing crazy. Like, it wasn't like I had to stick up for myself and, all that shit. There's literally was times where people was asking me to do shit. I'm like, I don't have it. It wasn't like a money thing. It's just literally like, oh, can you do this for me?
I don't have the
unfortunately,
energy,
my schedule doesn't align with that right now, so I'm not going to be able to do it. Okay, bet, cool. Nobody got mad, none of that. But I also found myself bracing myself for the aggression that would come back from people. So I already kind of was trying to get comebacks together and shit in my head. And it's like,
I feel that.
And so many people was just like, all right, anybody who asked was like, all right, bet. No,
you was like, you just
literally, I was like
that? It be like that. I hate it.
I had to check my chest. I was like, heart, am I straight? Am I dead? What's happening? It was really, this week has been really busy. My life has just been really busy lately. We were going to travel to Pennsylvania to go see our Discord family, but this has been requiring us to lock in. We have projects that are happening behind the scenes that require a lot of attention. And I am quick to get distracted, and then that's it. Like, that's click.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to run the risk of, although I love my Discord family, going and spending time with my community of people, coming back and being distracted and, like, not being on my A game. So I didn't even want to put myself in a line of fire or no shit like that. But I ain't even gonna lie, I missed the shit out y'all. Like, real shit. I missed the fuck out y'all. So I'm gonna spin a block on my peoples and, go see some peoples. See if we can do like another meetup before Jamaica. Cause I miss y'all. Real shit, I miss y'all. If I gotta wait till fucking May to see y'all, I'm gonna cry. It don't seem like it's that long away, but
I'm not going.
I know, man. It's some bullshit.
Yeah.
How you feeling, friend?
This week was amazing because we had so many fucking snow days
Yeah.
and then 2-hour late arrivals. I was like, oh my God. It was great though. We worked on our business. I feel very secure in that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just learning how to do public speaking.
Yeah.
Which I took a class in that years ago, and even then I was like nervous. So it's still a thing that I'm working on. But other than that, it's been a really good week. We had Bible study together, which I feel like was like a new level of our friendship.
Yeah.
I was just like, not me having this Bible for so long and my best friend is getting me back into it. Like, I really appreciate that a lot. I'm gonna read it every other night because I'm also reading The Circle of Fire.
Yeah.
So I read the one chapter of that every night, and then every other night. So tonight I'm gonna read the next Psalms.
Okay.
Or I might do 2 if it's short. So I'll do like 2. But it's been really good. I really appreciate it. I've been listening to audiobooks more. I just been getting into my bag.
Yeah. I hope that everybody is utilizing this month to really jumpstart the shit that they said that they were going to do. But after this month is over, I really want niggas to keep going. Consistency gets you so far in life. And I'm starting to learn that. I'm learning, like, when I think about my old business, I used to own a company called Chakra Body Care, which did really well. It did really, really well. And there are times where I beat myself up for shutting down that business and sunsetting it. And like, I mean, I went through the dissolving of the business, like as an LLC, filed the paperwork with the IRS, all kinds of shit. Sometimes I think about how far I would have been able to take that business if I had stuck with it. Cause like I traveled for photo shoots, like I did a lot, but it was so much. It was so much on my plate. And I don't think that I was prepared or disciplined enough for the level of consistency that business was taking, because I was working a 9 to 5, a full-time fucking job.
Nigga.
And it was times where I would wake up at like 4:30 in the morning before I got, before the work, to package orders and then take them to the post office. It was days where I was walking from my house to the post office. You feel me? Because something was wrong with my car, or you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Just to drop shit off. And I mean, like, yes, it was a certain level of discipline. But it didn't feel good.
Yeah.
And now discipline feels good. So approaching this business, right? First of all, this is a service-based business, which I'm also thankful for, because having so many tangible goods and stuff in my house, I just think I was overwhelmed by everything. I had product everywhere. I'm talking gallons of oil. I had tubs of butter. I had boxes of jars. I just am now recently, 5 years after business, just getting rid of like old labels, all that shit. I think I still got scrubs and shit in the crib. I just need to throw all that shit out. It's just, that shit took so much out of me. And I'm just like, granted, it probably could have been making way more money than it was. I was making maybe like $2,000 to $3,000 every quarter, which for me as a side business was great, because I was just fresh out of the pandemic. Everything was good. But I'm like, now I could have been making a couple thousand a month. Like, if I had really stuck with it. And I think about bringing that shit back sometimes, but I'm like, bro, that shit take a certain, that I just don't have right now. Like, I don't. Everything we got going on, I be damned. I can't fucking do it. I can't.
That's how I feel about Soul Baco, to be honest. Like, I didn't even get to the point of actually, I sent stuff out, and to look back at the page and look back at the team when I sent them stuff and just random people having my stuff on, it felt good, but it was a lot because I was getting stuff shipped in from China, like sending them my design. And then learning, like, okay, when they say that they have a 2X, that is not a 2X in American size. Is like, now I got to make a sizing chart. Like, what do I consider my size? That's going to be the basis for this size. And then I go from there. And then I do want to bring it back, but it'll be like through Printful or something.
Yeah, wholesaling. Yeah. Wholesaling is definitely the way to go when you are doing something as far as like hoodies, sweatshirts. Mm-hmm. People think it takes so much money, so many resources to start a clothing line. And when you're doing it how you were doing it, yes, it does. It takes a whole lot because you have to order samples and things of that nature. But when you do things like through Teespring, which is now just Spring, or Printful, you can order samples, but they do all of the processing, the manufacturing, the shipping for you.
And you do have to make sure that you get samples because
sometimes
stuff won't.
But then when your business don't go well.
Exactly. So I'm just trying to figure that side out because I really did like my designs. And I saw like a similar company that had like kind of like the same idea. And I was like,
yeah,
my shit would have went crazy.
I always think about that. I'm like, that shit would have went up. And then I'm just like, but clearly it wasn't meant for it to do that. Yeah. I feel like we were talking, we be talking a lot, but I feel like, I don't know if it was yesterday, we were talking about how there's a version of ourselves in an alternate universe where the decisions that we decided not to make, we did, and life turned out a little bit different. Yeah. And I mean, maybe I would have been a millionaire, maybe I would have been, but like, what if something happened with my child? Or, like, what if something happened with my mom or my brother or, just like, shit. And I'm just like, I'm thankful that I made the decisions that I did because you just never know what you're risking, for the sake of the choice that you're making. I've been thinking about that a lot lately, about like just the decisions that I'm making and what would happen if I made the other decision. Yeah. And it was granting me a lot of anxiety at first because then, I start spiraling. But I'm almost starting to make peace with it now because I'm like, but shit could really go left. You could go from making a whole bunch of bread and then having a really shitty month. And I was nowhere near as financially intelligent as I am now. I would have fucked that money up.
Nigga would have blew through that shit.
I would have fucked that. And when I say fuck that money up, like there was a point in my life where I was so financially stupid that like I would just go rip and run the streets and didn't even care about my bills. Like I'm like, oh, you feel me? Like
Same.
you feel me? I'll figure out the money.
Like,
no,
you'll get paid.
No, like now I'm to the point where like, I don't want nobody calling my phone asking me for nothing. I don't want a bill collector calling me. I don't want T-Mobile on my line. I don't want the fucking...
That's the worst feeling ever.
I don't want the car people. I don't want to feel like I got to hide my shit or it might get repoed. I don't want none of that shit. That is a gross fucking feeling. And it's a difference when you just don't have the money in general. Yeah. And it's another thing when you have the money and you just being fucking stupid with it. Yeah. Like, I found out recently, those people that be... like you see somebody, you like, damn, these niggas always out of town. These niggas don't be paying their rent.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because when I was thinking, I'm like, damn, like, where you get all this bread from? But I think about it with the way how much rent costs nowadays. You feel me? Versus your rent is on that
costs
trip.
17 something. Your flight could cost 300, and then
or you put like $250 on the rent, and then you take the other $1,500 and you go to Mexico.
Not $250.
But I'm
That's
noticing
childish as hell. Why would you put $250
people do shit
on
like
your
that?
rent?
I saw a lady on fucking TikTok. She said she got $250,000 worth of credit card debt. Who the fuck gave you $250,000?
Get that far? I can't even get.
My credit limits be. I'm not saying my credit limits be low. My credit limits.
My highest one is 1,000.
So
my highest one is 14.
I don't want nothing more than that.
1,400.
I don't want nothing more than that,
nigga.
Not right now.
Somebody had. At one point, I was using one of my mom's credit cards, and the limit was 5,000. Should have never let me hold that shit. I was out here buying shit for the studio.
Listen,
like, I'm gonna pay it back. Bitch, you buying this shit over the summer. That's when you get paid extra. After this, I should have been like, after this, you're not gonna have 2 checks. Yeah. So calm the fuck down.
I don't like to spend money like credit wise if I can't pay it back. Mm-hmm. So like if it's not already in my debit account, I really don't want to spend it. Or if I don't know that within the next like cycle, like my next check cycle, if I can't pay it, I don't really want it.
Yeah.
When you get to a certain age, I don't think you should care about your credit in general. I think credit is stupid as fuck. But when you think about how much you need credit in this day and age, You can't just keep fucking around with your money. Like you
abolish the credit system,
nigga.
We want to abolish all these other things. We should abolish that. That should be the first thing.
You know what the fuck I really want to abolish? Like on some real shit.
Mortgages?
The way that we determine inflation. So I'm doing a lot of research on finances in general because I want to be a more financially sound person. Again, I'm very financially ignorant, and I'm okay with admitting that I don't know a lot about money, but I work with money, which is why I want to learn more, because I used to work in logistics. So I used to work B2B market, like B2B customer, but it was through trucking. So, and it was a family owned company. So the way that they do finances and the way that they do things versus the way that somebody dealing with like government money is two totally different fucking things. And I find that even the people that I'm surrounded with at this job are also in a different tax bracket. Like my manager, he be saying shit like his son crashed his car, like not on purpose. Somebody hit him, totaled this shit. He like, yeah, we got to go find him another car. Like it was second nature. Yeah, just gotta get him another car. Yeah. He's like, because they're not gonna give us. He's like, and I'm, trying to teach him the value of $1. So we're not going to get nothing like, off of a lot or nothing like that. And if we do, it's gonna be an older vehicle because he has to be able to handle the maintenance and things like that. But at no point did he say anything about the cost of the car. The biggest thing, the money's there. Yeah. Like he got the bread. Even if they don't give him, what they think the car is worth. They're not worried about the cost of the car. That shit made my coochie tingle. Not for him, but the idea of like the money is there. Like my husband is so good with money, and I'm just like, how the fuck do you do this? But he's just such a traditional old ass nigga at heart that shit is second nature to him. My great grandfather, great with fucking bread, like to the point where niggas was asking him, God rest his soul. My grandfather, niggas used to come to my grandpa about the craziest amounts of money. Like, hey dad, I need 10 grand. All right. That's insane. Pops, I'm 30 grand in a hole.
You'll do that when you have it.
That's what you see what I'm saying? But he was like, when I was born, he was like 60. You see what I'm saying?
Still giving that much money?
So from 60 to 93 when he died, I witnessed people come to him and be like, Pop, or Grandpa, Dad, I need this. And he had it. And he wasn't, and it was a pay me back when you can. But if they never paid him back, he would come to you, but he would come to you about the principle of paying the money back. He didn't give a fuck about the dollar. It was the principle. If you said that you were going to pay me back, you need to be a man of your word. But if you needed the money, you should have just said that you needed the money and that you didn't know if you would be able to pay me back. I'm trying to get granddad wealthy. You see what I'm saying? Like grandpa was on it. I want to be papa.
I want to be like that too. Where it's just like, I'm not worried about it, but like, don't play.
Yeah, like I want it to always be about the principle. I don't want it to be about those different things. I was learning about money in general recently, and I found out that the Federal Reserve determines inflation based on the cost of all things. So mortgages, boats, like big shit is included in that cost. Not just your groceries, not just, like when you go get a car off the used lot, not, the cost of clothing, the shit that matters, right? Education.
I feel like they should just count that as what makes inflation, what counts as inflation, because these are everyday things that everybody needs. I'm not finna buy a fucking boat on a 50K salary. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck about how much a boat costs. I kind of don't even give a fuck about how much a car costs if I'm on a 50K salary. I'm worried about how much is rent. Yeah. Worry about how much rent costs. And then like that should be what
we focus on.
Yeah.
It's so, when you're trying to be wealthy, right?
Abolish the Federal Reserve.
As somebody whose family used to work for the Federal Reserve, I've been inside that building. Niggas got bread. Like, the money, I lie to you not, the money's there. First of all, shout out to my family, because now we sitting here talking about it. Like, y'all niggas is...
Shout out to your family.
You feel me?
My family ain't teach me shit.
My aunt is so good with money. Like, my great aunt, her credit score is, like, disgustingly high. Like, to the point where she go to buy a car.
They're 800?
And... Nigga, and some. She would go I remember when she first bought her little putt, not the car she got now. She first got her putt. She went to the Ford dealership and they pulled her credit and they was like, man, why are you here? And she was like, because I want a car. And he was like, but like Mercedes is across the street. She's like, I don't want no fucking Mercedes. I want a Ford. Like, I want some shit that's gonna run.
And that's how the fuck you live when you literally that makes when you get to that tax bracket, when you get to that credit, you don't be giving a fuck. So of course you're gonna go with what is the necessity. What do I need? I need a car. Yeah. I don't need a Mercedes. I need something that's gonna get me to A and B. That's why like people that make a good amount of money, when you see them regularly, they look like regular ass people, while these niggas that a lot of people glorify, they look like they got all the fucking money in the world. And it's just like, no, it's the opposite.
They were saying that there's something called a rich mindset and a wealthy mindset. And I'm not big on like
definitely
those.
The one that's like, I'm chilling.
Yeah, like you know those like self improvement books. Like I don't like Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'm
not reading that.
I don't want to read none of that. I want to read a book on stocks and investments. I want to read a book on, you see what I'm saying? I want to have
for you.
Such a diversified portfolio in my finances that niggas think I'm a Jewish man.
I've been thinking about that. I think I wrote that down somewhere.
Like real shit. I want
just
niggas,
like, I'm so good that I can put a portion
of my shit and be straight. I want niggas to look like when I go to invest in things or when I go to purchase, you know, you got to like send information off before you get there. I want niggas to be like, I think he checked the wrong box. I think it's a man that's getting ready to come in. It's no way that this female box is checked. And there's no way they're black. Like I want to see more wealthy black people. That's
absolutely.
First. But I can't worry about
with a good head on their shoulders.
Selfishly, I have to focus on me first.
With a good head on their shoulders, because.
But I think that's the difference.
Rich.
The rich versus the wealthy.
The rich. Yeah.
I am so fucking serious about retiring before I'm 40. Like I don't. By the time I'm 40, I will not be working for a company. The company that I currently work for.
I was thinking 35 for me. Fuck all.
To be quite honest with you, friend,
I could get there.
I'm only giving myself grace because I'm 31. That's the only reason why I'm giving myself grace.
Okay, 36.
But you see what I'm saying? It's gonna happen.
Like I need to be looking at it. Need to be looking like I could retire right now.
No, I want to have a financial advisor that comes to me and say, "Why are you still working?"
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I want somebody to be like at 35, be like, "Why are you still?"
I need a financial advisor.
And then I'm gonna be like, because in 5 more years, I want you to say it. I want you to be like, "Nah, for real. Like you really need to."
I don't know. If you tell me that first time, I don't have 5 more years in me. If you tell me at 35, I don't know. If a motherfucker who is handling my finances look at me dead in my motherfucking face so serious and say, why are you still clocking in?
So you can be like,
I'm quitting. I swear to God, I'm quitting the next morning. Hey guys, this has been great. I really appreciate all that this company has ever done. I'm not praying on shit.
I'm gonna pray about it first. I'm be like,
my financial advisor, who I have been trusting with my finances for this duration of time, who I trust, who has financial integrity, asked me why I'm still working. And when you work with a financial advisor, you tell them what to look for. So that means that my insurances are covered, right? Car insurance, life insurance, health insurance, vision, dental, all that shit for myself, my spouse, my child. I have 5 years worth of savings. God forbid anything happen. And then I have an emergency savings fund. I have a certain amount of money in my investments. I have a certain amount of money that's going to charitable organizations. Like I have a criteria for my finances. Even now, like this is my first big girl job, right? I've always worked in corporate, but I've always worked through like temp agencies. The quickest way to get into corporate America is through a temp agency. Yeah. I saw a TikTok, what was it, yesterday, where the lady was like, I'm sick of working these little girl jobs. I want me a big girl job. I want to work in corporate. How do I get there? And I'm just like, girl, go to a temp agency. Like the thing about it is I've been doing it since I was 20, maybe 21. So I'm 31. So it was 10 years of contractual jobs. I had no benefits, right? Medicare, Medicaid. When I did have the benefits through the company, right? Because you get off your parents' benefits when you're 26. When I did have them, they were shit. So I just, if I wasn't sick, I don't go to the doctor. So there were no annual checkups. There were no, that shit, is it maybe not the best thing to do? I agree. However, I wanted to be able to leverage in corporate America. It was about a skill set. Yes, I'm big, but we've talked about this before. I'm not unhealthy. So I didn't need all of the checkups. I'm self-aware. I already had, like medications that were being provided to me. If I needed to use it, I did. And then I just didn't pay the medical bill. Like There's workarounds. You see what I'm saying? But now I'm at this big girl job. I have the 401k. I have the investments. I have an EAP system. I have these things. You damn fucking right. Pre-tax. You getting a percentage. It might not be as big as I want it now. It might be, 2, 4, 6%. But eventually I'm going to be able to put 10% of my income, 20% of my income into my 401k, into an IRA, into a, a 503 or some shit like that. I'll have that. You just got to get started. A lot of people it's things that y'all don't know, right? Which is why we're having this conversation. But I also think the reason why a lot of y'all niggas don't know, or why a lot of people don't know, is because you so caught up in that rich mindset. It's so easy to spend money. It's so easy to spend money. Investing your money takes a certain level of discipline because you can't touch it. You can't touch it. When your money is in your savings, you can't touch it. The only reason why I move money from my savings to my checkings now is because I need it. Because a bill is due or groceries need to be put in the house. I need gas money. I'm not moving no money from my checkings to my savings for no super dumb shit. Now, if I want to go hang out with my friends or whatever and the money is not there, I'll put it on a credit card. You see what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. But I know I have the bread to pay it back.
Yeah.
It's a difference. I don't want to be rich. In my mind for a long time, I really wanted to be rich. When I first started this content creation journey, I'm like, niggas, I'm about to make so much motherfucking money. I ain't even gonna know what the fuck to do with it. I would have blew it. I would have blew the shit out of it. And that who does that help? Who does that benefit? It's not even about, buying a house or doing no shit like that. Just being able to have that bread there. We used to talk about like, Target on a Tuesday. Well, bitch, you have Target on a Tuesday money if you weren't ripping and running Friday through Sunday. You don't always have to go somewhere.
I literally went to Target. This week.
And just being able to spend essentials. But to be able, it's somebody out here right now who can't do that.
Yeah.
They can't. All their money is allocated to other shit. And then they probably running from something, so they spending it on a habit like smoking, like drinking, and that shit does add up. Do you know how much weed is? And I don't
trying
always
to fucking
go
catch a $25 3.5 is crazy.
Also, I'm not smoking a 3.5. I can run through a 3.5 on a bad week. If I'm having a very stressful week, a 3.5 gonna last me a day in the morning. That's it. That's it. A day in the morning. If I'm busy as fuck, if I need to like keep up, I'm the type of person where
that's 3 J's for real.
That's it. I smoke.
They say it in the net 3.5. I got
3.5 J's.
3.5 J's for real.
Cause I be smoking to work. I be smoking to focus. I be smoking to stay locked in. A lot of people are smoking make you lazy. Smoking has made me the most productive I've ever been in my motherfucking life.
Some of the best episodes that we've had that I've edited.
Fried.
I'm fried.
Fried as fuck. That shit you know how much weed is? And I'm gonna be real with you. I don't always go to the dispensary. Dispensaries are expensive as fuck. A 3.5 at the dispensary is like $45, $50.
If you want a supposedly high end one, which I don't know what the difference is. Because I also feel like they don't be looking at the terpenes. They be like, oh, sometimes it's just a really high percentage of THC, and that could mean diddly squat for real.
That just means saturation. That's just, again, I say all of it to say, if you're gonna spend your money on something, spend your money on some shit that's going to allow you what we've recently learned is called a ROI, which is a return on investment. So if I'm spending my bread on something, I should be able to see some type of return on it. So sinking funds are when you are putting money into something where there will be no ROI. So sinking funds are vacations, buying clothes, getting your hair done. The return on investment is, right, you look cute, girl. Yeah, you out of town. But when you come home, you're not able to recoup any of that money unless you call in Capital One and claiming fraud.
I wish some people do that.
Listen, I wish that I would have known about that shit, but I'm just such an integral person. I can't do no shit like that.
I've done it once.
I know I spent the money.
I've done it one time.
I've never done it. I know I spent the bread.
And it wasn't even that much. I was just like, I don't know where this came from.
I did it with DoorDash when my food don't be good. Run me my whole money.
That's not even the same thing. When I go into DoorDash and it's just like, is there a problem? And I'm just like, this shit is nasty, the whole meal.
Yeah.
Yes, give me my motherfucking money back. Because if I was at a restaurant and they served it to me and I was like, this is not good, it should be comped. Same difference.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take it out on the waitress. I'm going to take it out on the fucking chef in the back. Because what the fuck is going on?
Facts. Yeah. It just, make sure that y'all spending money in ways where you're able to recoup the funds. And if you don't recoup the funds, right? If you can't recoup the funds because the investment is just, self-care or whatever the case may be, just be okay with spending that bread. I used to have a lot of anxiety behind spending money. Like I used to had to cut my card off because I didn't want the money coming out the account. I don't want to live like that. I'm sorry.
I used to do that shit too.
That works for some people. That don't work for me. I want the comfortability that I have in my finances right now is overdrafts are a one-off. Like, because I
haven't had an overdraft and I don't know how long.
You see what I'm saying? So because I didn't account for this bill coming out. Mm-hmm. But it's not an overdraft where the money not in the other account. It's just going, you feel me, move the money up. Or maybe it's an overdraft and then I get paid tomorrow or some shit. Like it's I'm thankful that I'm never without money. Yeah. And like I'm not wealthy by a long shot just yet, but it's on its way because of the practices that I'm implementing right now.
If you have it before if you have the mindset before you actually have the physical thing, it does come a little quicker.
If you act like you have it before you actually have it, you learn to appreciate it when you do get it. And that's what I'm learning that shit. Like
you apply that to a lot of things.
Everything just in like fucking life. Wanting a man, wanting a relationship. If you
want to lose weight.
If you act like the motherfucker who already got it, you appreciate it a lot more when you have it.
I do need to learn how to get into that mindset more because sometimes I just be like, damn, like I'm really not seeing what the fuck I want to see, but
therapy has been a huge help. Therapy has been a huge help.
I go on the 18th.
Hey!
15th. No, 15th.
Period. Therapy has been a really helpful practice. If you can't afford therapy, because that's not the case for everybody, we can start posting, things on the page to help benefit y'all. Journal prompts, journal entries, things that we've been doing. Just it's like human beings. Natasha and I do a really good job as friends, and I'm really thankful for you, friend, because you do a really good job of helping me reflect positive habits. So like, if we out and about, and I'm like, I know damn well I shouldn't get this. There are times where if it's like a $15 face wash, you'd be like, girl, that's $15. Cool. But if I'm like, that shit is $65, you're like, yeah, friend, $65 is a little crazy.
I'd be like,
that's beneficial.
What the fuck is that?
Rather
like, excuse me, can we find a cheaper one? Cause what?
Rather than having a homie that's like, girl, $65 ain't nothing. Go ahead, put it in the cart.
Bitch, yes, damn it is well. Something. Cause I'm gonna be looking at it like, how long is this gonna last me?
$65 at the right fucking what's it called? At the right drug dealer to get your shit, get you a little bit longer. I think about that shit too. Like if I invest this bread on this shit right here, then everything will come back to weed with me. Then you feel me? This cutting into my weed money. Like bro, real shit. Like I could have just copped. Maybe he called me and some new shit dropped.
Now I want to spend something else.
You feel me? So I want to diversify my collection at the moment. If I spend my money on some stupid shit, I can't cop from the weed
because I feel like copping is an ROI.
That's a return on investment.
That is a return on investment because it helps me work better.
I'm productive.
On the other hand, I'm just like, I'm finna buy this food. I will never not buy food. If I want some pho, if I want some Thai food, there's always money in my budget for that. Because
you have a sinking funds budget. Yeah, that's what true. We're saying. Like, you have to budget your money. Mm-hmm. Everybody that I talk to keeps saying, I need to make a budget. I need to make a budget. I need to make a budget. And I'm like, first of all, I don't know how you were living this long without it, right? Just kind of being judgmental because I've been doing it for like 4 years. But
no, I really just started getting into my budget bag once I got this planner because I was writing it out before, but I wasn't taking it seriously. Yeah. I would look at it and be like, okay, this what needs to be paid. And then it would come out and then it would still be like, oh shit, something else needs to be paid. Now I'm literally sitting down, like looking between the two pay dates, like this comes out this payday, this comes out this payday. Okay, this.
You know,
does that add up? Okay, cool. Next. All right.
Okay, cool. That I could get my bills taken out my paycheck.
Before I even
I don't want to see the money.
Honest, I would be pissed the fuck off.
But you know what? I would be okay like, because my bills is paid. When I tell you
get $200,
I'm okay with that. Right now, I'm cool with it because my bills are straight. Nothing makes me more stressed than when I feel like my day-to-day necessities is fucked up. If my BG&E bill not paid, my biggest fear is coming in the house one day, flipping on that switch, and the lights don't work. That's a fear of mine.
Yeah.
It's a fear of mine to walk outside one day and your car is not there because niggas didn't repossess your shit. It's to be driving around with no fucking insurance. You're getting pulled over.
Nigga.
They're going to lock you the fuck up. You're
days,
getting a ticket and they're taking your shit. That's a fear of mine.
So fucking scary.
That's a fear. But you see what I'm saying?
Used to be so fucking scary. Shout out to me for not having to deal with that for a while.
That's such a great feeling when you finally come up out that shit.
2023 was a year.
It's
that was right around like not that long ago where I was like,
it's so anxiety inducing, man.
For
and
a
it's
good
a
6 months, half of the year I was traveling.
And it's a difference when you don't have the bread, like when you can't afford it. And it's another thing.
I was being stupid.
When you just being fucking dumb.
I was being dumb.
That fear of missing out is gonna be the reason why you stay broke. It's gonna be the reason why you stay broke. Your friends probably don't have the bread either, but that's not your business. Focus on your bread. One of our homegirls, shout out to her, get ready to start making buku bread. You see what I'm saying? Starting to make like really great raise for herself. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. I got a homegirl that work in sales, make real good motherfucking money. That's what I'm talking about. Right now, I'm surrounding myself with niggas who are financially sound. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much money they make. I don't know what their income is. I don't need to. I just know that when we out, the bill is paid. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody arguing about. That's one thing I pride myself with.
Thank God.
We be going on trips with 20 niggas. Do you know how much a 20 nigga bill is? That's a big ass bill. At no fucking point in the history of this friendship have niggas ever had to argue over a bill. Anything? Okay, well, I ordered this and I ordered this. A $6,000 bill broken down 20. Everybody put up $300. That's it. It
is what it is.
That's it. And somebody's cash app is somebody. So, and the crazy part about it is, right, shout out to my niggas, is that somebody will go as far to put their card up first. Mm-hmm. Y'all just go ahead and send it back. That's what the fuck. That should be making my coochie throw up. I'd be like, I know some real ass niggas, man. I know some thorough motherfucking niggas financially sound. Money, real life be making my coochie wet. It don't even be nobody behind the bread.
It does make me very
it don't have to be a specific person. It's just the idea of being wealthy, of being sound and not having to worry about nothing, knowing that the shit is there, bro. Like that ability to have that level of provision, coochie wet.
They say money doesn't buy happiness.
Shit.
But it damn sure make my life less stressful, which causes more happiness, which causes me to be able to stay happy longer. So
if you think in this day and age that money don't buy happiness, you're crazy as fuck. You're stupid. I'm sorry. We argue with your mama.
Is the saying longer? Like all the other sayings that people say and they don't be saying
friend,
the whole
let's
thing?
Look that up.
Because that would make sense. Like money can't buy happiness because, you know, what if you have to do something for it that you really don't want to do? I could see it being something like that. Like, what if I could have all the money that I wanted tomorrow, but I have to sign, like, I can't be creative anymore? I would be like, fuck no. To be honest, I would be like, I'd rather just build up to having all the money that I've ever wanted while being creative. Like, that's something like,
no, the whole saying is money can't buy you happiness. That's it. And I get it. Money can't. You can't buy happiness. But you
damn sure do be happy when I go on that vacation.
You can have provision. Money allows provision. Provision allows stability. Stability allows happiness. When your money is funny, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. When you don't have it, that shit be the most stressful fucking time of your life.
Chest be hurting.
And shout out to everybody who's doing it and they only making $13 an hour. Shout out to niggas doing it and they only making $20 an hour. I would not be able to survive on that kind of money. I wouldn't. I would not be able to survive on that. Not in this day and age.
I don't know how the fuck I was doing it before.
Nigga,
even with the economy being a little bit different back then, I was struggling back then. I'm just like, damn, like it took me a minute to get to where I am, but like,
thank God for growth. Cause I can't be broke. I cost too much. I'm expensive. At one point in my life, I didn't recognize how expensive I am.
I always knew I was expensive.
I'm expensive.
I used to be one of those, I don't ask for much, but when I want something, I be looking back like, damn, like
I always ask for a lot. I just never knew how much it cost. That's my thing. I didn't know that I was expensive because I didn't look at the dollar amount. I wanted it. I asked my father. I asked my mother. I asked my man. I asked
for sure.
my homies, I didn't know how much the shit cost.
When it came to family, yeah,
a lot of the time, my financial ignorance came from the fact that I didn't have to pay for it. I didn't.
Anything.
So I didn't know. I didn't know the value of a dollar.
Same.
Because the value of a dollar didn't apply to me. And so when somebody's not teaching you the value of a dollar and they're just providing, they're enabling bad money habits, that type of shit happens. Growing up, that's why I had the issues that I did when I was kicked out the fucking house. You feel me? I'm 19 and trying to be financially sound. I was making $75 a week, nigga. $75 a week. Jesus Christ. I had to feed myself. I had to figure out a way to come up with the rest of the bread for my rent because I was living with somebody at the time. I was working for her mama and her mama was only paying me $75. You see what I'm saying? So it ended up working out because, again, you have not because you ask not, going to her and saying like, I can't afford to pay you because you're not paying me. And it was like oh girl, I'm not worried about the rent because I'm paying you so little. Well, that would have helped if you had told me this so that I'm not out here trying to rob Peter to pay Paul. A lot of shit that, attributes to being broke is because you don't ask. Yeah. Because you don't have those things. My life changed financially when I started asking questions. I asked my aunt, how did you get your credit score so high? I asked my grandfather, Grandpa, how the fuck did you get this much money? I just knew my grandpa worked at the candy store. Like my grandpa used to literally sell candy. Not like at a candy store. He used to work for the candy manufacturing company. I don't know how much a candy manufacturer make. What the fuck? And he had 7 fucking kids. 7 of them hoes with a stay-at-home wife.
Nigga,
and then,
I don't know.
And then she was a teacher. You feel me? A black woman teacher in the 50s. She wasn't making probably $3.
Damn thing.
You see what I'm saying? But they was feeding 7. They wasn't even just feeding 7 kids because I had aunts and uncles that was coming over the crib. They was feeding 12, 13 people at a time. My grandfather also had 7 fucking siblings. That shit costs money. But then I think about, right, the fact is though, my grandpa had a little, he had a little side hustle. My great uncle owned a, printing company. So a lot of things they probably didn't have to pay for because there was community there. That's the big part of what I'm trying to do right now too. A lot of shit I shouldn't have to pay for because the resources right there. Bartering. And I'm cool with some niggas who are cool with bartering. I got the video. This right here is a fucking barter. I handle the marketing. Natasha handle all this tech shit. All this shit. Imagine having to come in here and have to do all this shit. That's tough. You need to find community that you can barter with. Your homegirl do hair, you do nails. Okay.
I've seen that on Instagram a couple times. I'm like,
one less thing for you to pay for. We was bartering with my sister-in-law at one point. All right, you work the nights, we work in the mornings. Can you watch the kids overnight? You feel me? And we'll take them in the morning. Bartering, nigga.
I like that.
Because we did not have the bread for childcare. Yeah. We did not have it. When my mother-in-law retired, how much of this I'll pick them up from school. You feel me? So that you can work the extra hours or so that, because again, these jobs don't want to pay you what they supposed to. But on top of that, they on your ass. You a couple minutes late every fucking day. That should start to add up. Now you don't have no fucking job. So having community, being able to barter with people for resources and things of that nature has changed my fucking life. Yo, like, please stop.
I want to start bartering more this year.
Yeah, like stop trying to be rich. Nigga, stop. This shit's not working. Y'all are going to go broke. The value of $1 is not the same. And not even just, speaking like in the literal term, like just in general. The value of $1 is not the same. Niggas don't respect your time anymore. Time is money. Niggas don't respect resource anymore. Resource is money. When you don't do what the fuck you supposed to do, you get taken advantage of. Yeah. So please, this year, stop acting so funny about your money, yo. Like, get your money up.
Not your funny up.
Not your funny up. You don't have to go to Mexico every time your homies go to Mexico. You do not have to go to the club every fucking weekend. If you cannot afford to keep smoking weed, you need to stop. If you cannot afford to keep buying that bottle because it's dipping into other funds or because it's fucking with your mental health, then you need to stop. You need to stop. Stop getting your hair done. You need to figure out how to do them faux locks your fucking self, because $300 every 3 weeks because they looking a little fuzzy is crazy. You need to learn how to maintain your shit. You need to learn. Figure out what the fuck your job offers as far as insurance and shit is concerned. Go get you some motherfucking Medicare. that shit go crazy, nigga.
It do. I used to have it.
That shit go crazy. You know how much shit I got on Medicare?
I had regular insurance and Medicare.
I heard a lady had weight loss surgery on Medicare.
For a minute.
That lady had weight loss for the free ski.
I had that shit
for the free
during COVID and after COVID for a little while. No, before COVID, for real.
You said Medicare go
when
crazy.
I was working at Walgreens, when I was in the pharmacy, I was like, let me see if my card still work.
Medicare go crazy.
Nigga, that shit was...
Fucking prescriptions be $1. Like, real shit.
Free.
You and your babies can also be on Medicare. It's not just for you. If you are not making... I think when I was on Medicare, I was making $50,000 a year. Mm-hmm. So, again, that's some bread. If you're making less than $50,000 in this day and age, 50 grand ain't nothing. Ain't shit. And I'm mad just saying it because the bitch ain't that far removed from 50 grand. I was just making 50 grand about 3 years ago. 4 years ago. Yeah, like that shit ain't nothing nowadays. That shit ain't no motherfucking bread.
It's so annoying.
Especially not in the state of Maryland. We so motherfucking close to DC. You got to have some. Maryland is expensive as fuck.
It don't matter if you in Baltimore,
PG County, Moco. It don't fucking matter.
Harford County.
Nigga.
Howard County.
When we first moved out Harford County, I never forget. I remember asking my father how much our rent was, and that nigga said $695. I thought $695 was crazy. Where the fuck is you getting $695 a month? I wish a motherfucker would tell me a fucking 3-bedroom townhouse.
I'm moving today.
Now, granted, it's probably got bars on the windows.
No balcony.
You feel me? But like, if niggas ain't gonna steal my shit, I'm cool. Niggas don't want my little putt anyway. You feel me? I'm straight. But real shit, like, no funny shit, please. This year, like, stop trying to be rich. Lil baby got investments. I promise you. Like that.
All them niggas got
nobody's just letting that nigga spend his bread real like dumb. That nigga has a financial advisor. The influencers and shit that you see, they have financial advisors. A lot of them don't even know how to handle the amount of money that they're making. When you become an influencer, little bit of information for y'all, which a lot of people don't know. All y'all trying to make content this year. The money that you make from those collaborations is not taxed. It's a flat rate. They're paying you.
You have to pay
at the end of the year, the IRS, you could make $1, okay? And somebody could cash app it to you. The IRS knows how much fucking money you made. As long as it wasn't cash. If it's cash, IRS ain't none the wiser. But if that shit came electronically in an EFT, a ACH, a wire, any of the IRS is fucking aware.
Once you make $5,000 from it,
Once you make $600, you make $601 in one entity. $5,000 is taxable from employment.
Okay.
But let's say like your Cash App, if $601 come through that Cash App, they have to send you it's like a 1044 or some shit, 1040 something at the end of the year. You're supposed to be reporting that income. Now, granted, they're not going to do anything with that report because $600 is $600. However, somebody who's like a video vixen and she being cashed up 60 grand a motherfucking year, girl, that's a salary.
Yeah, no.
That's taxable income. Pay. The IRS gonna be knocking at your motherfucking door and they gonna take that house up off you.
Give me at least 10.
That shit is expensive.
They're gonna be like, give me 10,000 of that.
I don't play with none of the acronyms. FBI, IRS, CIA, DEA. I don't play with none of them niggas. None of them. Okay? The IRS want their money up fucking front. And if they don't get it up front, you best believe they're coming for your ass come tax season. So all these influencers and these content creators that you see, y'all are so enamored by the amount of money that they making.
They have to pay something back.
They have to pay a lot of that shit back.
And I know what y'all thinking. Well, Trump didn't pay his. He's a white man in America.
Not even just that. Trump ass is in heat too. He just don't give a fuck. That's the difference. The difference between Wesley Snipes and Donald Trump is that Wesley Snipes gave the fuck in. Donald Trump said, I be damned. Y'all can kiss my ass. It's a difference. It's a real difference. That's why
I'm going to keep running for fucking president.
And that's why he keep getting away with shit.
He said, as long as I keep doing this presidential shit, y'all can't get me for shit because I'm in here.
And I'm going to be real with you.
Immunity.
Donnie on to something. I don't fuck with Donnie for a lot of reasons, but Donnie said, listen, if I don't pay my taxes, now the shit
politics. I don't fuck with politics, but I be so close to being like, let me run for something because apparently, as long as I'm not giving out gift cards...
And that
trying to sell books with my shit.
As long as you don't get caught.
Oh, true. I'm not giving out no fucking gift
niggas
cards.
Invest in their own charitable organizations. Like
they do look at that. They have to make sure that
you can get around this shit. I be trying to tell niggas, specifically niggas, right? In everything that I learn, I really just be sharing the wealth. Like I be sharing the knowledge. You can get away with a lot of illegal shit because we think it's illegal. It's not illegal. It's not. We just don't know the loopholes. Everything has a loophole.
Everything.
And the difference between you and the nigga getting away with it is that nigga did the research and you didn't. That's the only difference.
That's partially why Donald Trump got away with shit for so long.
The reason why he was able to file bankruptcy 13 times and nobody said nothing to him is because that nigga had some financial advisors around him and some lawyers and shit that was geared up in the loopholes.
Also, I watched a video on TikTok and they were
telling ban that shit because we keep watching them videos.
No, that is. There was a lady that was just like, file bankruptcy before you're like in your late ages or whatever, so you can clear that shit up. Yes, it does make it so that you can't buy shit, but at least you'll be disciplined within those 7 years. Yeah. They say, yes, it does push you back, but it doesn't. My mom said she filed for bankruptcy. The next day they was sending her shit
in the mail. Yeah.
For credit cards.
My cousin.
Loans.
My cousin
Bitch, I gotta pay off this shit still.
My cousin is a credit educator. She will tell you that when you file bankruptcy, them niggas eat that shit up because it's a clean slate. You ran your shit up so much. You were so irresponsible with your money that now you can't pay nothing. Clearly, you have a habit. It's like gambling. Yeah. Clearly, you have a habit. Let me enable that because the data that I need in order to continue to keep this business running is not what you pay back. It's what I loan you. Mm-hmm. And you not paying back 30 grand does not equate to the nigga that they loaned $3 million to, and he paid it back and some. And he had a 0% interest rate. He was just doing it because he knows that in the near future, it's going to be to his betterment because he's going to ask for $6 million this time. Get financially educated. I'm going to call my manager from my old job. Very educated white man, bald, cocaine habit. I fuck with him. I'm calling this nigga back because this nigga used to be like locked in with some CFOs, CIOs, COOs, and he used to really give me the breakdown. This nigga is the whole reason why I got a B in accounting. I was getting ready to fail the shit out that class. Him and the Indian nigga Brett. Shout out to them. Or Bren. Them two niggas saved my motherfucking life. But in that, they were having conversations with me about my money, about how to balance my books, about how to check like shit at work that I didn't know nothing about. And they like, you can apply this to your own life. I'm getting back on the phone with these niggas. You need to find somebody who's making more money than you and stop being so intimidated by the fact that though these niggas is making more money than you and figure out how you can get in. Yeah. We have a business mentor. I'm not letting this lady go. I swear for God, if I got to handcuff myself to her ankle, I'm not.
At the meetup, I was just like, so do you work with past mentees after all of this is done? And she was just like, yeah, I'm still in. I was like, good. Gucci. Because you're going to hear from me at least twice a month after this, if not every week.
And she's an entrepreneur.
She literally has her own coaching business. She is a highly basically sought after professor. She works for several universities and community colleges, and she's on the board for the NAMI, for mental National Association for Mental Illnesses. She's on that board. She's a very important person.
You got to get you some motherfucking black woman. That's another tip too. You know what? I'm in the break. I need to give y'all a list of tips and shit. We going social media. Don't even worry about it. We're gonna have a slide of tips because y'all need this shit. You need a fucking mentor. I did not realize the importance of a mentor. Right? Quick story time.
I need another one.
I got laid off in February. I got laid off on 2/22 of 2024.
Damn.
Mish called me. Shout out to my mentor. I went on tour with Mish the year before that, in 2023, I did 4 legs of a tour with her. Again, have no idea where the bread came from, but God made a way. I showed up New York, DC, Houston,
for me too,
and Chicago. 4 different stops, and they was no little rides. Even the DC trip was like an hour drive. You see what I'm saying? I had no bread. In 2023, I was financially struggling because I was trying to literally rob Peter to pay Paul because my expenses was more than what I was making. And again, expenses, weed, going out, getting your hair done, doing all that shit add up. I didn't know that at the time, right? Fast forward, I get laid off. Now I have no fucking money, right? But I'm like, it's going to be a while before I find a new job because the job market is ass. But I got to make some bread.
Kinda still is.
God put Misha on my line because I didn't call her. My pride was too high at the time for me to call anybody because I was just in this space of like, I failed, right? I fucked up. I don't know. And being laid off ain't even my fucking fault. But somehow I felt like it was my fault for no longer having a job. And we get on the phone and she like, come fuck with me. Like, long story short, you feel me? She ain't say come fuck with me, but she like, Chris, come over here. Like, I got some shit for you to do. Your problem is not what you think your problem is. Your problem is your level of consistency. Your problem is your belief system and your ability to perform in the ways that you want to as an entrepreneur. If you can change your mindset and change your habits and get discipline behind them, the places you'll go. She had literally being on tour with her sparked the whole theme for the brunch that I held, putting myself where I see myself. I had to put myself in the space of wanting to be a life coach. I hate being a life coach. I lie to you not. Having to meet with these women all the time. I love my dolls down. That's not what I'm saying, but this requires a lot, nigga. I don't have a lunch break because they're scheduled during my lunch break. So when I'm pulling back from my computer for a second, I'm switching my computers out to pull my personal laptop up to have this meeting with them real quick. I have to check in with these women. How are your goals going? What are you doing? And this ain't no personal shit. This is business shit. So now the degree that I went and got, I got to stand on. I don't remember half that shit. I don't remember half the shit. This requires so much fucking research. It requires so many articles. I got to go to people. I got to ask all these fucking questions. I got to chat GPT, got to Google, all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
But look at me now. This is a testament. You see what I'm saying? Like, just lock the fuck in. It's so possible. Your life can change. My life changed in 6 months. In 6 fucking months. From January 2022 to the job that I acquired on July 1st. That little break of time was literally discipline, tenacity, just wanting it. And behind the scenes, I was life coaching, right? Mentoring, doing the different things. And shout out to my parents. Oh, you just graduated. All right, I need these emails done. Oh, you just graduated. I need this business plan written. What's your cost? Like, what's your price? I'm like, $25. That's not enough, right? Shout out to my mom and dad for having that hustler mentality. Oh, it's $25. My mama, literally, I thoroughly remember this phone call. I need this business plan written for school. I'm not writing no fucking business. I'm depressed. I'm not writing no business plan. You need the bread. Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. In entrepreneurship, don't give a fuck if you're depressed. No, and if you don't work, you don't make no bread. Yeah. I got $250 for you if you write this business plan. It was a 7-page business plan. It took me 2 hours. I made $250 in 2 hours. She called me back. I need a marketing strategy for school. Okay, bet. I got $500 for a marketing strategy. Bet. My mama called me December the year before I got laid off. How much debt are you in? Let me go ahead and clear that for you real quick so you got a clean slate. So when I got laid off, I was stressed because I didn't know where my next dollar was coming from, but I ain't had no debt. You see what I'm saying? Like, I am blessed to be in a position that I'm in because of decisions that I made previous to those decisions. Going to school, doing those things. You have to make sound investments in yourself, so that when shit does arise, you have the opportunity to save yourself because nobody's coming to save you. Yeah. My mama didn't have to call my phone. If my mama didn't have that $750 for me, I was still gonna have to figure out where that $750 was coming from. And this is even after my husband said, don't worry about the bills. Yeah, I got it. I don't want you to have me. That's the problem. Because you've never had to. Right. This is a double income household. We have one kid. We don't need this shit right now. We were also, niggas had just gotten engaged, trying to pay for a wedding. This was the wrong time to get laid off. And still did it. Still had the wedding. Still went on vacation. Still did all the things in 2024 with no fucking job. Yeah. And then I got the job in December. Worked contractually. I was not paid for any day that I had to take PTO. And I had to take several weeks off at a time because I was ill. I had a kidney infection. I was having a migraine because I was depressed. I didn't even know it was depression at the time. Imagine that. I was fucked up and I was sick. I was not being paid for them days. And that's not to the fault of my employer. That's not to the fault of nobody. I knew what the fuck I signed up for. Yeah. So it was times when my check was short. But because I was making sound financial decisions, there was a little bit of bread left over from the last check so that I could set myself up, for success. being able to go fill out for food stamps when I needed it. You know, like those different things. Don't be ashamed of having to utilize certain resources. What? I still got that card in my motherfucking wallet in case y'all niggas want to run that shit back. In case y'all feeling a little froggy, want to put a couple dollars on it. You feel me? I'm not above certain shit. You feel me? I just don't stay in that mindset because being on food stamps for forever is not going to allow me to get to the money that I'm trying to make. So when niggas called me and they was like, hey, we cutting your stamps off, for a second I was like, bitch, hold on. Like, what? But that was just God's way of saying that's because I'm about to bless you with enough money to pay for your groceries and the person behind you.
Nigga.
Hold my beer. Hold my joint.
Literally.
Let me cook. Set yourself up for financial success. Y'all are broke because you choose to be broke. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I used to take offense to that same statement. How the fuck do you choose to be broke? You choose to be broke. As somebody who's coming up out of brokenness, you choose to be broke. You choose, and when you start coming up out of it, come back to me and let's have the same conversation. DM me when you recognize what that really means. DM the show and please let me know. Write into the show and tell me because I need to hear it. I need to hear another motherfucker. No, chakras. I get it. I get it, big mama. No, I hear what you're saying. Like you right. Broke is a mindset. Broke is a fucking mindset. Them self-help books, I don't know nothing about it. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, for richer, for poor. I don't give a fuck. I know from this black big bitch sitting on this couch right here, I'm telling you that being broke is a mindset. It's a mindfulness thing. When you act wealthy, when you treat yourself like you're already wealthy, things happen. Wealthy niggas do not spend bread every day.
No.
Wealthy niggas cook at home. And then wealthy niggas cook at home for so long that they now have a chef come to the crib because they was cooking for themselves.
And they just prefer home cooked meals.
Way back when.
I feel that. I can't wait.
Broke is a fucking mindset, man. Get that. You got to change the way you think. If you change the way you think, you change your life. On some real shit. I'm not trying to sound like no alpha male behind on my fucking mic, but because them niggas be broke. But like on some real shit, like
them niggas do be broke.
I'm not wealthy enough to the point where you could rob me and actually benefit from jacking my shit. So don't think you're getting ready to come over here and get some fucking money out of me. But I am saying that I do live comfortably enough that if I leave here today and I want to go get me 10 chicken nuggets, the chicken nugget money is available. That's all I'm saying. You feel me?
If I want spicy chicken nuggets.
If I want some spicy chicken nuggets, I can slide past the Wendy's, you feel me, and get the meal. I ain't got to do the 4 for $4, you feel me? I got $11.66 in my motherfucking car. I can swipe that bitch.
Get a joint.
And I could get me a fucking lemonade. Not even the classic lemonade. I can get me the all-time lemonade that they currently selling.
Or the mango one.
You feel me?
That
With
costs a little extra.
With a little flavor pump in it. Cause a bitch making some money now. You feel me? That it feels good. It does. It feels good. And when you can do shit like that, I promise you, babe, you'll feel a lot better. You will feel a lot better coming up out of that shit. Yeah. And I'm just thankful that I have some wealthy niggas around me. I'm so glad none of my friends is broke. I cut off my last broke friend and I lied to you not. My life changed. Imagine that.
Imagine. It'd be the energy that's around it. It's like birds of a feather flock together. That type of shit. Yeah. And it's like unintentionally for real. You be like, you be good. And you be like, why do I keep dealing with this shit? Because of that nigga. Because they keep bringing that energy over.
Or they keep putting you in a fucking hole. Like, they energy be draining the shit out you to the point where you go spend more money.
To make you happy.
To make you, because this bitch, every time you talk,
she get on my fucking
I need a drink. And now you got a drinking problem. Just cut the hoe off. Cut her off. If that hoe don't never take care of her car, every time you get a call, all of my fucking lights on, and you like, girl, all the fuck you need to do is go get a tune-up. I don't have money for a tune-up. Bitch, we just went out last weekend. You spent $346 at the bar, bitch, because I was there. A oil change, $98 fucking dollars. You ate your oil change. You drink your oil change, bitch. That type of shit. Or my absolute favorite, learn how to change the oil your fucking self. I vividly remember having this conversation with my last broke friend where I was like, bitch, YouTube is free. If you can't pay somebody to do it your fucking self.
Thank you for reminding me. I need to get the nigga next door to change mine because I'm not paying $98.
When Tommy right next door with the resources and everything, and he'll charge you $55 and maybe he want to make chicken.
$35.
Easy to please.
And I just got to buy the shit.
Mm-hmm. I knew a man back in the day, shout out to him, he used to change your motherfucking oil for a plate of food.
Bring that back. That's the barter. That's meal. The bartering system that I need.
The thing is though, he would tell you what he wanted though. Like he would like, yeah, change your oil, but I need me 2 fried pork chops, some fried potatoes and onions. I need some smothered onions to go.
And my whole family will be fed that day, plus you. because now I gotta make pork chops.
Bring it back. Bring it back. He died. He definitely did kick it because he was old when I knew him. Damn. I was too young to even have a license. But he used to be this little old man, and he wasn't even really like in our neighborhood for real. Like I don't remember him living around there. Yeah. I just vividly remember like overhearing conversations where he would say like, "Yeah, take a look at it. Just go buy me a pack of Newports." Yeah, I take it. But Junior got to go to the supermarket. My car is acting funny. I got to go home and look at it. So if you could just run Junior to the market for me, hell yeah, I change the 2 front brakes. I don't give a shit. Sometimes niggas just want a favor. You have not because you ask not. That is my motto for this year. I need to start
learning how to ask.
You have not, and don't get me wrong. My heart be palpitating. It's a pride thing for me. My heart beats when I ask my husband for money, and people think that shit is so weird. That's your husband. You should.
No,
I am so fucking self-sufficient. Asking people for anything is weird.
Being a black woman that really just wants to do for herself, you really don't like. I went from feeling okay. So before I had got with my now ex-partner, before I got with him, I was so used to like being like making little like funny like, oh, you gonna buy me something too, blah 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 blah, with my family, and they would get it for me.
Yeah.
Got into the relationship, then they was just like, why are you asking me? Ask him. Wow, okay, such a change of events.
Yeah.
And yes, he would do it, but I'm still like, oh my gosh, like I really need to do this shit myself.
Yeah.
Plus, even before then, even when I was making the funny little comments of you going, that was me dealing with my anxiousness of passively wanting to ask me. Yeah. Yes, I was passively like, oh my gosh, like I would like for you to buy me this thing, but I really don't want to ask you
because I won't hurt as bad because I'm like trying to play.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I used to be the same way.
No, and now it's like it's still to like a fault to an extent. I really don't be letting people do shit for me. It feels very weird. It feels good because like, oh my gosh, I didn't have to do that myself. But at the same time, I'm like, what you want from me, yo?
That's how I felt about that fucking desk. I felt like we was close in our friendship, like close. But when that desk came to the house, I'm like, I gotta eat her ass now. Like, bro, I gotta do something. Cause like, what the fuck? Why would she send this desk
on a platter?
You feel me? Like, why would she send this to my? I had no idea it was coming, y'all. I swear to God. I opened that fucking door and I'm like. My husband was even like, who the fuck bought you a desk? Because it's one of them desks, it move. It go up and press the button, it move.
I don't even have one. But I was like, my friend is working from home and she wants to be fucking comfortable. And if I could afford a nice desk chair for her, I would buy that shit too. But them shits is expensive. Nigga. That damn desk costs less than the fucking chair. I'm very fucking confused.
I'm about to invest in that chair next week, and I'm looking at this bitch like, is this shit on sale? I know Jen. Shout out to Jen. She sent the link for one of the furniture companies going out of business. Yeah. I'm gonna check that shit, bro.
I've been looking at them because I'm like, I need a mattress for
these chairs. Is $400 fucking out for my back not to hurt, bitch. Oh my God.
I'm about to get the ADHD chair where you can cross your legs in the front.
That's the one I'm looking at. One of them is like $400 because it's like a gaming looking chair.
First of all, you're a fucking content creator. They'll send that shit to you for free.
They should. You would think.
Ask not, and you will receive. You need to reach out to them. I need 2 of them because I want one.
I'm the TikTok. I'm in the TikTok creator fund, so I can request samples and they will send them to me. But when you're asking for certain shit, they want to see that you currently create content like in that same realm. Yeah. I don't do a lot of reviews. I only really like to collaborate with like wellness companies or anything like maybe cannabis related, things of that nature. And that's few far and in between. Mm-hmm. I'm not a UGC creator. I don't just gotta, like, even aim to be
doing random ass shit like the desk I bought you.
I'm about to just start emailing niggas. Beep, beep. Fuck the fact that though I work for fuck all that. Give it to me because I asked you, nigga. Like, and these are the benefits.
And y'all got money.
Same thing with the recent collaborations. We just did an episode with City. Literally, all it took was to send a DM.
And the future one's coming.
I didn't even.
A good rapport.
Confidently, I knew that they would say yes.
Yes.
But as a new like
there's always a chance.
We're so new to this podcast scene in this project.
We're not even we're coming up on our 2nd year.
Yeah. But like we're not even on our 100th episode. Like we don't have tenure in the game through podcasting. We have tenure in the game through the back end of podcasting, producing,
for sure.
Networking, those things. But like having to have metrics, analytics, things that you send to people to prove that, you know, you could do some work with them. Yeah. I was a little like, hold on.
Taken back.
You feel me? Because we still new in this, you know? Immediately, yes. For all 3 that I sent out, absolutely. 2 times were, actually all 3 times was, why is this shit so formal? Like, why the fuck is this so professional?
City was just like, y'all my cousins for real. Why
he like, this shit was in MLA format. That shit was tripping me up. But I feel like that's the proper way to go about things, right?
I want people, because when you talk about it later, like, yeah, I work with them. They were so professional. I don't want anybody to ever be, we play all day. I don't want anybody to ever be like, yeah, them goofy ass bitches DM me. Well, excuse the fuck out of me. I thought we was cool.
I cannot take them big hoes serious. Like, I don't ever want it to
be
that.
I want niggas to be like, oh shit, what type of time? Y'all on that type of time? Cool.
When we did like, Pod Nation, niggas on time, staying in contact. What do you need? What do we need when we pull up? What, you know, how should we dress? Those different things.
Let's meet. Let's do a virtual meetup.
Niggas don't play over here. I don't know what the fuck y'all doing over there, but over here, these right here, her and I, me and her, you see her looking at me see her looking at her. Listen. Okay, this shit is for serious.
I would like to work with more people this year.
Because I want the money
in regards to
and
recording.
Community
producing.
And money. Community, money. Top 2 things on my list this year. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. Everything else can wait. Community and the money. That's it. And the only way that I'm going to get there is by continuously opening up my mouth and asking. That's it.
I want to barter and I want to produce.
Hell yeah.
More this year.
And even bartering on the production. Nigga, I'll produce your shit as long as you give me, you know, like open rights to it. Yeah. As long as you give me open, because we have to do that with the collaborations coming up. We actually need to send City one because these people, whether you believe it or not, again, tidbit, if you are a content creator, you're a business. You are a small business. Even if you're not registered, it's called being an S Corp. You are a sole proprietor. You invest in cameras. Your phone is a camera. This is an investment. Your home, where you shoot stuff in, is a studio. This studio right here is not cheap. This shit is expensive. These lights, this couch, all this shit, these fucking squares on the wall, this shit is pricey.
Specifically these
this
motherfuckers.
Shit costs.
They come in a pack of 12.
This
be $50.
And they everywhere. They on this wall, that wall, they in the other room. This shit costs, nigga. On here, you cannot play dope fiend games about other people's shit. So hell yeah, I'm fucking professional. I don't give a fuck if your dick was inside of me. If you own a business, you need to step to somebody fucking correct. I don't give a fuck if we used to do crack back in the day together. Respect people businesses. And that sounds like an extreme. It sounds crazy. But niggas will literally disrespect your business, disrespect your brand simply because of who you are, simply because they know you.
Nigga, I smoke weed with my best friend almost every week. And I would never play on her top. Because she bought her shit.
We smoke weed. That's a part of the business. A lot of if we could write weed off, we would. If I could get my money, first of all,
we gotta open the church,
nigga. Okay. Sidebar. Do you think I should open a church?
She be preaching.
Cause
she would come to in like, there like this.
Like 300 people have said like, when are you doing Bible study?
You get virtual.
I do want to do like a virtual, but I gotta figure out my life.
Send in the donations so that she can quit her job.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna have a like what's it called?
I said we're gonna pass it around one time.
Pass the collection plate around. We're gonna have a time where we pass the virtual collection plate around.
We're not gonna do it crazy like actual church. We just want it one time.
Every Bible study.
Feel it. A love donation, as they call it in the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, if you have a love donation because you really feel what the fuck is going on.
I'm gonna tell them if
you
I
can send us one right now.
If I can make $35.99 a month, we can ensure that the Bible study stay open. Okay, so it's same thing with the studio. Because I'm thinking about our analytics. If everybody who listens send us $1, we could pay the rent for 1 month. You see how crazy that sound? If everybody who listen send us only 1 month, you too can prevent forest fires. You too could feed a child in Africa. You too could keep this bitch open.
Apparently, there's nothing stopping forest fires. So I'm praying
Man,
for
shout
them.
out to the people in California. Real shit. Like, no funny shit. Shout out to y'all. But on some funny shit. Real shit. Like,
because we can't take nothing seriously.
yeah, help keep black businesses open, nigga. Come support the studio. Come
we
book
do
your
have
time.
a link in our is it still a link tree or is it the beacon?
Maybe beacons. In our links.
Yeah, in our links, we do have a place where you can send donations.
Yeah, so you can help us buy the studio. Like we want to buy the shit. We want to
buy the building.
We want to. Hey, Mr. White Man.
In general.
Hey, Mr. White Man. How much? How much so that we can have access to all these doors? Because you keep fucking playing with us, nigga. Like, you give us fucking... No, don't get me wrong. We are appreciative of the space we have. Sure. But this is a really large building where they're not using part of it. And he won't allow us to partake in all of it so that we can expand. So... help us out so we can expand because y'all benefit when we benefit. Mm-hmm. If we were able to open up those other 2 rooms, because this nigga playing dope fiend games,
we would be able to do
host
more
events,
content.
Shows. It's big as shit in there. He just won't give it to us. Fucking.
It's fine.
But
we'll find another spot.
But with your help, with your donations, with your support, we can do those things. Even just listening to the show. When y'all listen to the show, literally support is free. When y'all listen to this show and y'all listen back to back to back and you send the reviews in, that helps our analytics. I
have a review actually.
Yes. We have analytics once y'all do stuff like this and we can send that to other companies and corporations who have the big bread so that they can cut the check for us. So if you don't have the love donation to give, just your support. Tell your homegirl listen to the show. Tell your mama tune in. Tell your husband. Tell your baby daddy. Play this shit up in the barbershop. Play this shit up in the hair salons. Play that shit.
If you were ever wondering if you should listen to this, I'm going to have to see what timestamp this is. Hold up.
Hold. All right.
So I just wanted to let you know that I am only about 20 minutes into y'all's most recent episode. And I also thought I'd let you know that I'm not a big podcast girly. I don't know why, but I'm just not. But I love it here. I like this. I like this podcast. I love it. I feel like I'm in a room talking to the worlds, just chit-chatting about the things. And I'm only 20 minutes in, so I'm here for it. I'm proud of you, and I can't wait to watch the rest of it before I go to work.
Get your ass over here and watch this.
You heard it here. You can wear bonnets over here. You can take your fucking bra off. You can smoke in here. Stop playing. Please stop fucking playing with us. Who else you know? And all your favorite influencers, let them know Jaded and Evolving. Cause we pull the fuck up. One thing we'll do, we'll pack all this shit up in a bag and put all this shit up in the Airbnb and host the shit live from the couch. Not playing. And it's not just because we love what we do. This has everything to do with community. It has everything to do with community.
I love when people tell me that episode was so good, or they are literally telling me bits and pieces from the episode that they thoroughly enjoyed.
The show is not successful without y'all. It's just not. Without y'all, we don't have a show. So I am immensely grateful. If nobody tells y'all at any point, any other pod that you listen to, fuck them if they don't appreciate y'all. Over here, Jaded and Evolving, we really appreciate everybody who listens, everybody who tunes in, everybody who sends in Q&As, all of the times that we've asked for things, when you repost us.
Yes.
It ain't never really about the money when it comes to this, because we know that there's other ways of going about,
for sure,
getting the money from this. Your support before anything means everything, because you don't have to press that play button. You don't have to stick around for this long. You don't have to keep coming back every week, and yet and still you do.
But you chose to come over here and hang out with the both of our crazy asses.
And you know me, and I be saying all kinds of shit out my mouth. Natasha be trying to be a little bit reserved. I come in here to get my Asperger's on. I come in here to really run that shit up. That should be a good ass time. I had my mother dying laughing earlier. My mother was saying you ever noticed that? Total sidebar, but my mother was like, you ever notice that when slow people, black people don't let slow people indulge in a disability? She you can have full on Down syndrome, and ain't
nothing fucking wrong with you.
Your mother gonna be like, you better learn how to put them fucking wigs on. You feel? Because People be forgetting that slow people are still people. They still have interests. They still want to do things. It just
take a little longer.
And they just articulate it differently. My mother, like, you can see somebody, a black woman with Down syndrome, and she'll have a 40-inch bust down on with a middle part. I said, and damn sure will. And shit motherfucking fuck around and start selling the motherfucking wigs. Her syndrome might be down, but her money up. You better stop fucking playing. I had my mother crying on the phone. Because please tell me, black people do not let you have a disability in peace. You cannot be disabled in peace with black people. You can't. We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck about you being disabled. What? You ain't got no feet. You better learn how to work them arms. I don't give a fuck. You better learn. Black people don't let you do shit. Go disable them dishes. Go wash it with your teeth then, since your arms don't work.
Your nubs.
Black people gonna put your ass to work. A black mama is gonna find something for your ass to do. You could be a fucking vegetable in that. You better figure out how to speak. You better learn how to press the button with your tongue. Because I don't know what the fuck you want.
You better use your eyes. They got the little tablet. She'll get you that.
So shift twice to the left for yes, and shift twice to the right for no. But shout out to all the disabled motherfuckers too, because y'all be doing it. Disabled and all. Disabled motherfuckers be having businesses.
Shout out mental illness. That just shout out mental illness. Shout out all my niggas.
For real, y'all, because y'all doing it. It's so many neurodivergent niggas out here. So many people who don't even have a diagnosis and still making the best of the situation. You know, based on what it is that they... I be
diagnosing all my friends. I be like, yeah, that's not normal.
You know?
And
it's like,
not normal, y'all.
I don't want to scare y'all into anything. I don't want y'all to be like, fuck, you know, like now something wrong with me.
No.
I just think that it's best if you learn how you learn. Mm-hmm. And just, you know, make the most of it. My mother said today on the phone, she was like, I'm recognizing that I'm neurodivergent and I might be a little bit on the spectrum. I'm like...
Duh.
It took your ass. I've been telling you this for I don't know how long. And she was saying, and she admitted it. She like, you know, because growing up in our, you know, day and age, that wasn't a thing. Ain't nobody telling you divergent. If anything, they was using that word. Your ass is retarded. They was really like, fuck. It was a thing.
It was.
And it wasn't fair. Like, and it wasn't right.
Slow ass.
But that's how they treated you. But they did not allow you to be comfortable in your disability. And is it traumatizing? Yes. However, black people would not be the innovators that they are today if we allowed ourselves to be comfortable in our disability the way other cultures do. Because the minute that somebody deems you as something, they already put a negative connotation on your ability to perform. So when black people say, I don't give a fuck. You said he do what? You said he can't read. Watch this. Watch this. They told me that my child didn't speak. They was like, oh, like he's not going to talk for a couple years.
Yeah, okay.
Who baby? My mama was like, who fucking baby don't talk? He don't fucking household. Like y'all. Now this nigga don't shut up.
He don't.
He don't shut the fuck up. My mother-in-law, dyslexic. They told her she would never have a decent job. She got a CDLs. You got the right motherfucking one today. Told my ass growing up, oh, she gifted and talented. No, something was wrong with my ass. Something was wrong with me. And now I have founded a startup. Now I have a successful podcast. Now I make a smooth, comfortable 5 figures. Play with your mama. Play with that pussy. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, ho. Don't play with me. Neurodivergent as a motherfucker. But I bet you that portfolio be diversified. I bet you that money be the fucking there. ADHD and all.
Even if it take a little bit. But it's gonna get done.
You better stop playing. Y'all got the right motherfucking one today. I hope that y'all learned something from this episode. I hope that y'all leave here with some information. I hope y'all feel fed. I hope that y'all feel like, you know, I hope you recognize if you broke or not. I hope that you leave this feeling like, damn, this bitch just called me broke. I did.
With that, the affirmation is, I am not my disability.
Come on.
And I will not be broke forever.
Because abundance is your motherfucking birthright, bitch.
That's really the affirmation.
Before we slide out of here, last tidbit, and I'm going to let y'all go. There is a difference between abundance and prosperity, but that's your homework. Look that shit up and then holla at me. Love y'all. Bye.